Doctors are warning you about these silent health mistakes. People often ask doctors questions only when something feels wrong. But the truth is, the most important advice is usually given long before pain begins. Doctors see patterns every single day. They see the same mistakes repeated by different people, in different lives, at different ages. And most of these mistakes don't look dangerous at first. They look normal. Many people believe that if something isn't hurting, it isn't a problem. But health doesn't work like that. The body rarely breaks loudly at the beginning. It starts quietly. One of the most common things doctors notice is how little people listen to their own bodies. Fatigue becomes normal. Stress becomes routine. Pain becomes something to tolerate instead of understand. People say they are tired because life is busy, but constant tiredness is not just a busy schedule. It is information. The body communicates through signals: low energy, poor sleep, loss of focus, small aches that don't go away. These are not random. They are messages. Doctors often wish people would stop ignoring these early signs, because by the time someone finally seeks help, the problem has usually been growing for years. Sleep is one of the first things doctors talk about, not because it sounds important, but because it is. Sleep is when the body repairs itself. Hormones rebalance. The brain processes emotion. The immune system resets. When sleep is missing, everything else slowly begins to fail. Many people believe they can catch up on sleep later, but sleep does not work like a bank account. You cannot borrow from it endlessly without consequences. Doctors see patients who eat well, exercise regularly, but still feel exhausted and unwell. And often, the missing piece is rest. Another thing doctors notice is how disconnected people are from eating. Food has become fast, distracted, automatic. People eat while scrolling, watching, or working. The body receives calories but not care. Digestion begins in the mind. When the body is stressed, rushed, or distracted, food does not nourish the same way. Doctors often say that how you eat matters almost as much as what you eat. Stress is another silent issue doctors talk about often. Stress is not just mental, it is physical. Long-term stress affects blood pressure. It disrupts digestion. It weakens immunity. It changes how the body processes pain. Many people say they are used to stress, but the body never truly adapts to constant pressure. It only endures it until it cannot anymore. Doctors frequently see people who come in with physical symptoms, but the root cause is emotional overload, unspoken tension, unresolved worry, constant overthinking. The body carries what the mind refuses to release. Another common observation doctors share is how rarely people move. Not exercise, movement, walking, stretching, changing posture, letting blood circulate naturally. You don't need intense workouts to stay healthy, but you do need movement. Sitting for long hours silently affects circulation, posture, digestion, and even mood. Doctors often recommend simple daily movement before anything else. One of the most misunderstood topics is pain. People think pain is the enemy. Doctors see pain as a messenger. Pain is the body asking for attention. Ignoring pain doesn't make it disappear. It teaches the body that it needs to speak louder next time. Doctors often say that the worst patients are not the ones who complain too much, but the ones who wait too long. Another truth doctors quietly acknowledge is how much mental health affects physical health. Anxiety changes breathing. Depression changes energy. Fear changes the nervous system. The body does not separate emotion from function. Everything is connected. Doctors see patients whose tests look normal, but their suffering is real. Because not all illness appears on paper. People often ask doctors what they regret seeing the most. The answer is usually the same. People waiting. Waiting to rest. Waiting to change habits. Waiting to take themselves seriously. Many conditions could have been prevented or reduced if action was taken earlier. Doctors don't expect perfection. They expect awareness. Another thing doctors notice is how little water people drink. Dehydration causes headaches, fatigue, poor focus, and digestive issues. Yet many people confuse thirst with hunger or exhaustion. Small habits compound over time. That is something doctors understand deeply. Health is not built through one big decision. It is shaped by daily choices that feel insignificant. Doctors often say that the most powerful medicine is consistency, not intensity. Doing something small every day matters more than doing something extreme once. People also underestimate the impact of saying no. Overcommitment drains energy. People stretch themselves thin trying to meet expectations. Doctors often advise patients to protect their energy, the same way they protect their time. Emotional boundaries are physical health tools. Doctors often say that the body forgives many mistakes, but it does not forgive neglect. Eventually, the body demands attention, and when it does, it rarely whispers. Health does not collapse suddenly. It fades quietly. And most of the time, the body tried to warn you long before.